Alrighty. Let's get this show on the road. I'll get myself do my quick daily, and then we can on the project of doom, and yeah. So we're gonna recall, go do that real fast, get the buffs. Hey Dragon, hope it's not too late for you. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is head over to the Warders flop, rebuff, and go our merry way. Right on. All right, so while I work on this, Dragon, just in case you're not on while I do your project, what is specifically what you're after? Like, are you looking for just the zone ID numbers and the short names and the long names? Are you looking for the database inserts as well? Are you looking for... I could probably spruce it up a bit and make it easier to... Oh, okay, cool. I'll go check it in Discord here in just a sec. My phone just activated a voice thingy. Is that Malik? Yeah. So did it autoplay or did you press the button for it to trigger? How's it going, Malik? Oh. That's a little annoying, but not horrible at least. Hope you're having a good, is it Wednesday? Wednesday? I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, it's Wednesday. All right. Yeah, the plan today, obviously, do my daily, which is sleeper. And then after I finish the sleeper, I'm going to go hit up Dragon's project that he redeemed yesterday. So that should be fun. And that'll basically be my stream. I don't know if I'll have a super late one tonight. So fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and load up buffs. Looks like I have most of my buffs still up, though. So I don't really need to do this. Let me go look at his message while we're kind of waiting a sec. And Discord's taking for. Oops, I didn't mean to buff him. To buff myself. All right, so Dragon says, here I explain. Okay, so you want me to generate the different zone IDs. Okay. Do you want me just to generate it for you, Dragon, or do you want me just to talk about it? Which is the preferred route with what you just sent me? You guys see the scaled wolf fix? Any past you already have. I maybe don't understand what you mean by that. Like, obviously, I don't know what past means to you, like what time you did it last, but the process that I'll be doing, it'll just be generic and I can inject everything. So, yeah, we'll figure it out. Right, but what's newer? Like from what date? Like ROF2 or newer, later? That's the part I wasn't too sure on. Okay, let's get our dots going. Okay, so in other words, I need to go find the last one I sent you and make a delta from that, is what you're thinking. Yeah, I'll just get all the zones. You can exclude. That's probably easier. I agree. Well, I missed log parser. It shouldn't be. We'll find out. I really wish log parser would stop with the nag screen every time you boot it up with updates. Like either auto update. The problem is it requires admin access. I hate programs that require admin access for things that really are not admin related. But anyways, tangents. So one down. We're 6 minutes in. We'll see how fast I can do this. You know that Red Guides actually keeps a list as well of every single zone and their short names at least. But I imagine you want the whole dump so that it's 1-to-1 with core. When I do a full dot rotation and then I follow it up with just like auto attack and life or rage, it's actually some pretty good DPS. I'm doing like 3,000. But I mean, my spell damage keeps going up. I'm up to 661. Not quite at 750, but I think I'm on track. Getting the last 100 might be a little tough, but I don't think I really care because I'll just get it easily when the next expansion comes out. Okay. Definitely need to at some point fix my cast bar on the bottom. I don't like that it doesn't end prematurely like it should with spell gems, but not end of the world, just kind of annoying is all. All right, let's turn on auto attack and do this. We're like 1.6 DPS. That thing ended early. Now we're at 2.3. Two point five.
Enraged.
2.6. It's all right. So if I engage and start with just, you know, raging, and then I mix that into lifesteal spam, maybe taking the time to do like drones, and then cascade, just so that I get the you know, the most effective dots. And then I just lace in draw spike. How much of DPS am I doing? Like 2.1. And I do have Simp Strike on. Also, my illusion got put in the wrong slot. Let's fix that. 2.3. All right. For the effort. I don't know if dots really add up or not for the cast time. Potentially. As long as I don't get resisted, though, that's important. Okay. So it took us 11 minutes to clear the warders. Do I know anything about Python code? Yeah, to some extent. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I can get myself dirty. Python is a very abstract language where it's used in all sorts of places and things and situations. So I think more than the question of do you know Python, you should ask, have you ever used Python for and then a project, or like have I messed with PyTorch? Have I messed with Pygame? Have I messed with, you know, the Blender API that uses Python? Because all of those have different implementations and designs. I have a file. I want you to add color to, in a part I failed trying to do it. Okay. Well, the question is which one should I focus on for the project? Should I work on the Python script or should I work on the zone dump? The challenge with picking up a new Python one is it might take me some rev up time to understand, you know, syntax and situation and all that, and get myself familiarized with whatever the framework package is that offers it. The dump. I do this one later. Okay, so we'll mess with that later. Sounds good. We got the dispeller. So we'll just focus on him first. This makes it easier. I have to fucking click my buffs every second. Otherwise. I will cycle to Caraferm just to put on some dots though. You know, I think that's worth my time. All right. Now we're up to 15. Taking us about 3 minutes to kill the ad and get him down to about 50. Okay, so how's my dots doing? I need to put on a leech again. And I can just go ahead and reapply some of my resists. Resists my dots. I don't know what I'm smoking. Okay. So we got them to 60%. I don't actually, I could use rage just to speed up the process to get to about 30. Go. Because I don't think I'll go through 20% of his health in 60 seconds. Okay. So he's at 48. Keeping him nice and dotted. We'll go ahead and flip on defensive and ward. And what is it? About 30%, I think, is when I want to start like making sure all the dots are applied and everything's happy. Yeah, because rage is already up again. Probably not smart for me to do it again. We'll wait till 30%, and then I'm going to go ahead and reapply all my dots and then transition to full burn at that point. And I will use full funeral pyre at 30% as well. Because we're at 36. That took us about 340 seconds. I wish that was in minutes. Okay, so we're almost there. $32, $31, and $30. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just do a full dot rotation real fast. And because we have Focus of Arcanum going as well, we should have a pretty good land rate, hopefully. Because we're technically wasting time. But at least with dots, once I apply them, okay, and we're about to hit 25. And once we do that, we'll flip over to okay, we're at 25. So now we're going to go ahead and do an improved, prolonged, and then start doing a full burn with life taps spammed in. And pretty much, I can go ahead and put in a rage, but I'm going to wait a sec for that. Enraged. Yeah, he's dead. That was actually a lot easier than what I've had in the past. Interesting. So I just got a regular Scale of Torment, unfortunately. That UI is so good. Which part of the UI? Do you like the blue bordering, like normal UI, or the thingy on the bottom? Hey, Fanar. Hi, Zachary. I just wanted to say I did have some treats today, but wasn't enough to throw me off or completely destroy my low sugar. I donate plasma today, so having some treats afterwards is normal for me. One positive, I didn't go for soda, which is normally after. 100%, dude. Like, you don't have to be perfect. The key thing is just being cognizant and, you know, unmoderated. You know how when you don't have a discipline and you just can like eat something without any punishment, you can like get a little crazy with how much you're eating of it, and that's what really hurts you. I like how you have it blocked out. I've blocked it out. Yeah, I've done it so that when I do clips on Twitch, it just has a perfect vertical alignment with the window like this. All right, so it's time. 20 minutes. Let's do your ask. You can probably see me in the darkness. I don't have lights on, that's why it's so dark. But okay, let's turn off this stuff. We're gonna go into code mode. Machine might lag a little bit while this is opening, and we can look at this while that's happening. So I did 2.4 kDPS, and it was, wait, no, 2.7, 448 seconds. Yeah, 7-minute fight. I can probably break that down more, hopefully. All right, so we're gonna close out some of this stuff. It's just distractions. And you're specifically looking for the latest EQ client, a zone dump. Now, when you say zone dump, are you referring to the EQ core style dump, or are you looking for like the SQL insert dumps? You know, because that does impact a little bit of what I'm about to do. Right, dump all zones, but what sort of dump? I have to use orbit. Okay, you want it in the style of getting it working. Okay. So let's open up EQ Core and look at the style that it does. It's been a while since I've looked at that. So init, no, it's options. On the bottom of this, this is the formatting. All right, so this will take a moment to build out. And we're technically a minute or two in already. It's not end of the world if I'm not like perfectly 1 hour, but let's see how either quick I can make what you want or, you know, go from there. But what we're doing is we're building a list and we're looking for, I think South Quanos would be a string that'll take me right to the area that we care about. We're just waiting for the string to build. And while we wait a moment, it'll make a sound when it's ready. I'm gonna go ahead and delete some of this junk that I'm not gonna be using. So here's a scale of torment, which I believe actually has some spell damage. So I might want to put that on like a slot. I don't even know which slot. Maybe not. Okay. Dainty gloves, another abashi, another katana, and a bunch of primal. These are going for nothing. Okay. So we're just waiting. At one point I set this up so that the color mode was darker. But I have to go find that. Maybe I'll do that while we're waiting on this. Gives me something to do. We're using 7.0. All right, so we open up the program's location. We go to, I didn't mean to click C drive. And we install it to where? Something about a themes folder. But I don't see themes. Still compiling though. All right, now it's done. All right, so now we can look for South Kinos in strings. The fact that it's not coming up is a little concerning, but I know like common lands, oh, this is the wrong area. Let's do commons. So these are a bunch of short words. I think they tweaked the text view because there used to be an R data as well. But let's check if we can find these. You know, there's a chance they moved things recently from the last time we did this. Because if you look at like every instance of the word like e-commons, you can see that none of them have full word names, including South. So what I might need to do is go back to the EQ directory and let's find like a zone file like this. So this is what they did. They added this thing called zone names. And what they're likely doing is they're instancing it based on the IDs. And we can probably differentiate based on this data. Let's do this. All right, so we're gonna scroll up, start here, and then we'll just, wait. Can you make this easier on me? Jeez. I wanna select here to, hell, let's just copy that for now. Man, this is gonna be too gross because of all the junk here. Well, first of all, we can remove every instance of dot and put a space. We also can collapse everything. And we also can look for every space and make it a new line. And there we go. Cool. So now we have every instance of the IDs. And now we can take zone names, which has 654. This only has 610. So this doesn't align perfectly, unfortunately. But we can do some spot checking to figure out why. So you can see here, instance 1 looks perfect. We're going to spot check at like 254. And we can see it's SN Plant and Noble's Causeway. So this is off at this point, the ordering. Soul Dungeon C. That would be Nagafin. Yeah, there's... The ordering is not correct. But it's because the ID on the left, right, is what... You know, Hates Fury is actually instance 20. Or, no, it isn't, because 45... The ordering on this is wrong. Let's find out if there's another field list that's better. Like this might be more accurate. But you can tell this is alphabetized. However, there's a bunch of data in between each entry. Can I look at this in disassembly, please? What is this? Why are we seeing... Because it's a text field, I see. All right, so... Yeah, let's look up Akanon real quick. I mean, we can technically derive this just with using red guides, but like you said, there may be some IDs. Zone short names. Maybe some IDs that got differentiated. Like, is hot stock in here? Yeah, so that's 870. So these have the short names. This should be enough for me to generate the list. There may be another database field though I need to fully do EQ core. But we'll start with this. So as you can see, we have info. And now if we go to options, what we need is we have zone type, which I think is still going to be in the database. Potentially in this, we'll have to double check. The EQ string ID, I don't know if that actually is listed on here. We can figure that out by opening up EQ string. I think the zone's not like the list on, I don't know what that is. Okay. They are instances and new expansions. How do I get them? There are, okay. All of the instances are likely going to just have a unique zone ID if they're different enough. But there are going to be situations where some instancing, like this happened on No Memorial Mountain, where they take a base zone and they have packets that get sent that turn on and off geometry to allow you to have like the missions and stuff inside of it. So depending on the instance, it may or may not be listed, but we'll figure this out. We have a few options here. Like we can see there's 610 on this, and his list has 668, but he also has all of the expansion names in here. You know what I mean? So that's adding at least like 13 lines. So we could be pretty close to the dump on that. So instead of asking generically, how do I get all the instances? Do you have an instance example? Like what is an instance ID that you want? But yeah, so like we're now to 629. So you can tell that not all IDs are being utilized. In fact, these ones on the bottom are beyond the IDs that are actually stored. 75. So at least these are not in there. Well, that's fine if you don't know the zone number, but do you know like the zone name? Do you know the expansion it's from? Do you know anything? Like I need context of what you're looking for. Right, but like, what fucking expansion does it come from? Uh, like, I can tell you, here's Guck, you know? And the answer with it being in the exe, it technically is. However, the lists from the exe are not much different than what we got here. No, I don't want to do that. I want to just how do I best make this in? I mean, I can obviously well, the ones with gaps are going to be empty. Right, Dragon. The issue though is the zones have been changed in recent history so that it's not like a simple go into the database and find it, because they've expanded it out to this zone names text file, which the zone names text file is likely just the label names of each zone ID. And we can already tell, if you said you have red guides, okay, then you have this list. And we can already tell that red guides is pretty complete. Like, if we take every number and we take off the bottom, we have some skips in here. Looks like about here, the numbers are way off. Zone 666 is Hollow Shade More, which is 166. Ah, the instancing is actually incorrect. Where is this 666 coming from? This might be the DB string. Let's see if we can figure out this alignment real quick. So this is from one of my polls, right? And we can see that even by the third instance, this is a different ordering. It's possible I need to grab EQ main to find this data. Forgetting about 64-bit. I mean, technically, zone ID numbers aren't like pivotal. Like, if you point it to the incorrect ID, it doesn't hurt anything other than for accuracy. But it would be nice, obviously, to get a fixed list. So let me work on that. All right, I get you. Give me a bit. I'll see what I can do. I want to see if Kenos is referenced at all in EQ main. I don't think it is. No. Okay, so let's pack that out. Let me think about this. We need to figure out the zone ID mapping, which this list does not have. This list also has no references to the ID number, from what I can tell. Unless this 5 is of note. Burning wood is a 2. An airplane has a 13 and a 5. What is airplane? That's a 71. Which is X47. We don't get the hex 47 in here at all. Okay. I guess another route is, let's look at what's loading zone names. So, yeah, sync this with IDA view 1. Find xref. All right, so we load zone names 1. This is probably the caller to load the file. And you have a switch statement. A bunch of cases. I don't even know what this is doing. Okay. We also have a caller that is probably the writer. And then we have this guy. And that's just an error checker. Okay. So what calls this? Of course, this is a big function, but okay. So here we go. This is closer to what I want. Because this is organized similarly to what we like. In fact, I can likely take this. Weird that this didn't come up on my other dump. Okay. Like it's because these fields aren't in the R data, because they're actually unsigned ints, and just how they're referenced, it's a little different. So we can copy this code. And this is actually giving us quite a lot of intel. So we can start with taking off the prefix. We can also take out the low byte lines. I don't think those have any relevance right now. We can also remove the unsigned int caller conversion. And we can go ahead and just remove comment, quote. And this ID is a little weird. This should be DB string ID. Is 0 every time? No, there's some instances of 1 and 2 and 31. I don't know what these are. Probably expansion. Which is weird because, yeah, I think these are expansion IDs. Okay, so we have expansion ID, we have zone ID number, we have short name, and then we have, this might be a reference to the DB string ID. A little hard to tell though. I just removed the only, yeah, that's fine. Only just the first element. Okay. And zone ID 1 is just Keynos, technically. I don't know why it has that D word thing, but all right, so we're getting a list now. We're not fully sure what these lookups are. But those are zone flags, I think. Because they're hex valued on some of them. Okay. We could do a spot check real quick with strings. No, I want it on. They're too high. Oh, these actually don't get referenced anymore. Guess that makes sense. But man, the DB string should have been heavily revamped then. I wonder if that's actually the case. So like if we go find South Kinos, right? Is there another variant of it? Yeah, they took it out, I think. Interesting. So what that means, not end of the world, but it will cause some strife when it comes to EQ core and displaying the ID names of zones because of there's a lot of zones now that are technically invalid in the DB string. So you're going to have to add a bunch of entries for the full name to work on your, EQ string or DB string, I think, actually. Sorry. Yeah. Anyways, so we're getting a little bit more complete, essentially. A little hard to tell, though, because what I could do is select everything, take this chunk out, put it here instead, and now we can sort lines ascending. Ah, shit. Ascending doesn't work, right? Because my ID and incrementer isn't good. I want to do that. All right, so you want 666. 666 doesn't exist on this lookup. So it could be a skipped ID. These values don't align to the zones. We're not fully sure what 666 is, but that's not a zone ID number, I don't believe. 871 toe. Yeah, it's the Theater of Eternity. It's on the red guides. Again, so this is red guides in the center. This is zone names, which is just a extension of the short names over here. And then this is from the from IDA, where I'm pulling each of these elements. I might want to keep these variances, but low byte is always 0. So this last variable is always 0. Okay. So in other words, do you need me to work on this dragon, or are you in good shape? Like, I'm pretty confident that the data that's in here is more or less all you need. Because I imagine you know how to add the entries and, do the things on the core. But I want that list you have. Yeah. So this is from, let me save this and call it something like, this list is, or what is the shorthand for the latest expansion? It's like brood something. The outer brood, so that'd be Tob. All right. So let me send that to you. What the heck? Why didn't you save? File create participants? What the fuck? Just save the file. Like, why am I not seeing my file? All right. There you go. Okay, so there you go. Zone list is going to be handy, but not really because it's ultimately all documented in this. And then a lot of the data that's here is likely not super useful to you with core. Let's double check though. So the EQ string, you're going to have to basically generate based on these fields, you know, like the IDs in here. That's probably the easiest. And you're going to have to add them as new IDs because obviously at one point, latest client added a new dynamic system that jacks this process up. So obviously EQ core won't work on LS anyways. So yeah. Now zone flags, there's 2 of them. No, there's just 1. So zone flags 2, which is a 4, I believe is going to be this second. No, this is zone ID number expansion. It could be this last value here. But I don't think you need to worry about that too much. It's going to imply like if it's in a cave and some other like ambience potentially, but again, I wouldn't fret over it. And then yeah, you know, XYZ is just your starting point. And then zone type, yeah, I didn't document this very well. I probably should at some point, but exactly. It should be doable, Dragon. Have you pulled my latest from EQ Core, by the way, Dragon? Because I don't know if you saw my latest little trickery I made with the DIRs.ini. Because what's cool about that, and what I actually recommend you do, is, you know, start a fresh RF2 client, you know, copy, make a folder called ls as a subdirectory. Or really you can just, you know, or put anywhere. You know, enable the dynamic folder system on your core, and then go to dirs.txt and add an entry for ls equals, and then the, you know, path to the ls folder. And if it's in the subdirectory, you can just do ls, you know, if in subdir. Yep. And then what this does is you create a binding. One slight issue, and I need to do this, is the other file. Where is it at? The DIRs, and then there's the EQG file. EQG, I need to add a wildcard support. Because like in your case, if you don't want to manually set the override, it would be nice to have some sort of like fallback mechanism. You know, like, see, this is where it gets a little complicated and why I didn't work on this, but like either A, you know, put an entry in EQGINI kind of like star equals ls. And this means, you know, try to load ls first, fall back to normal otherwise, you know. Or B, you know, design a option to do ROF2 first, then fall back to ls if it doesn't exist. You see what I mean? So like a priority system. But yeah, I don't know. So I made something really quick and dirty just to kind of get it going, and you know, see how it goes. But what I would argue for, I have a built-in ls equals ls. And when you're looking for a file, it will route if the file is found. Otherwise, Yeah, I don't know. I'm still debating it. It's got to get some stuff. Yeah. But in your case, yeah, I'd honestly just wait for ROF2 plus, and then I'll have a whole setup for you with that, and that's going to probably be the best way to go. So, okay, we're technically done. It took me about 30 minutes. So, is there anything else I need to do with this, or is this list enough? And the fact that short names has been updated on our red guides, you know what to do now? Cool. You still have me for about 30 minutes if you want to do another request. Or are you happy? Can you actually send me a red guides list? Oh yeah, like I did clean it up a little bit. You're still gonna have short names in here. You can see that. Maybe I can clean that up for you real fast too. Let's do something like this. We need a regex search for. See how this has all the entries that have a tab? If I just paste that, now you don't have the titles anymore. Perfect. I don't know why this is considered Lua, but let me give you that too. I need to have short names left in it too. Yeah, of course. So what I did though is I took out all the weird titles of like expansions and everything. So it's now just IDs, short names, and long names. So awesome. All right. That's kind of it. Like I might go do something real quick with EQ, but now I'm pretty sure the redeem is back up if anyone wants to queue up a new one for next time. Specifically, if you want me to add in a mod, you want me to, you know, work on getting a copy of these different tools released. My biggest issue is I have so many projects that I really don't know what I should prioritize. Hopefully Carner's is up. It is not for 3 hours. God damn it. So let's Bazaar out. I don't know. Let's go kill Fear. I've had horrible luck with Shrouds, but fine. Fun. Okay. So we need to load my AEs. I might move this DZ button up to like here. Just because it makes life a little easier. I use that thing all the damn time. I also needed to do something like this. Cool. Well, thank you for the raid, Tulab. We're gonna be doing some fear clearing real fast. Probably won't be too exciting, but maybe. We'll see how exciting it gets. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do award, defensive, improved, prolonged. Why not? Not going to be on super long. Let's go ahead and blow it up. So Tulab, are you, what? Is the 702 in your name because of the time zone 702? AKA, are you in Vegas? I meant to ask that the last time we were hanging out. Right on, me too. All right, so we're gonna flop. There we go. And we're just mass killing. Yep, I'm in the Vegas area. Thank you for the follow, Tulab. How long you been in Vegas? I'm actually born and raised in the area, so that's kind of cool. 96? Yeah, that's quite a while. Did you like go to high school here and stuff?
Thanks for the follow, Razra.
Yeah, thank you for the follow. Rezra. You guys can watch my coins bounce as I kill and loot. So do you like my Elv UI for EQ? But okay, so you graduated. I guess I'm trying not to say anything too, you know, identifying, but like, are you in Vegas proper, or are you in one of the like the side cities? Because you know you have like, is even like, what do you think? Do you think North Vegas is considered the Vegas, you know, like actual Vegas? You're East Vegas, okay. So that would be like, yeah, I gotcha. You know, because technically, true Vegas is paradise, right? Because that's what, you know, proper downtown true Vegas is. But I think when you live in paradise, you get, like, when you know, get an address and stuff, it says Paradise, Nevada. And then, you know, you have like Summerlin, but I think when you're in Summerlin, it's still Las Vegas. I think when you're in Green Valley, you're in Green Valley. So that's technically not Vegas. Yes. Which most of Vegas, I think all of Vegas is in Clark County, right? The closest county nearby is the Elk, or is it Ely? I think it's Ely in like over in the Pahrump area, possibly. But anyways, just a fun thought real quick on the locations of things in Vegas. So here's a fun question for you, because you've lived here a while. What would you consider Vegas and not Vegas? Like, you know, if you're in East, then yeah, you're probably like Cheyenne, or what is that word? It starts with a C. That's over in that area. I want to say Cheyenne, but man, I don't know East Vegas very well. And then, of course, south of Vegas is Henderson, which is a huge city. And if you go real south, you go down to Boulder City. But that's definitely like Cheyenne and Craig. Yeah, Cheyenne. You have like Fort Apache area, which is North Vegas. Like, you call it Fort Apache area. I don't think it's actually called Fort Apache in location though. I usually say North Town and South Side. There you go. Henderson. Yep. Which Green Valley and Henderson is also a fun one, where it's like, you know, sometimes Green Valley is considered part of Henderson, but then also because it's in between, right? It's like, is it more Vegas or is it more Henderson? You know, Green Valley. Why do we have floating corpses? Let's fix that. Thank you. You call it Central. There we go. And then you have like, I don't know if it's called that, but like the Blue Diamond area, which is, you know, the super west side. You know, Summerlin is more northwest of Central Vegas, right? And then you have, is it South Point? Is that southwest? Or, you know what I mean? St. Rose Parkway, that whole area. Because it's getting developed. I don't think it has a name yet, though. Like, it's its own town or anything. Yeah, you just call it Henderson. Anyways, it's just some fun talk. I would argue, just generally speaking, that the whole area is basically Vegas and Henderson. Henderson's big enough, I think it's considered its own town. But anywho. Alright, did we get a shroud? We did not. So we're gonna sell the rest. See how much money I make. This is the satisfying sound. You ready? And then we can just go in here, sell some individuals. Even though most of this shit doesn't sell. Alright, so I made 4,022 plat from that. Not too bad. I think for the effort, it's not bad. I'm still kind of debating what is the best, like, profit margin. Like, what zone, ideally that respawns every 10 minutes and make you the most money. So the problem with fear is normally fear is a pain in the ass to clear over and over because of having to run around and get all the mobs. Ooh, City of Mist. That's an interesting take. I have not been to City of Mist, I think, ever. Like, since this server went live, I've never touched City of Mist. Maybe I should go clear it and we can get a price check on it. Hey Zentok, thank you for the raid, sir. Let's open up Crit Sprinkler and try that out real fast. By the way, am I in? Yeah, I'm in full screen share. Let's go back to like this mode because you guys can still see all my stuff. All right, let's go do a City of Mist clear and see if how much money we make. So City of Mist, is it even a point that you can travel to? I've never actually gotten the waypoint because I never went inside. That would be to Sean's relocation, I think. That works too. What's your in-game name? Or just invite me. I'm Shin. Right, mate. Like, I knew there was, but I just never even bothered to get it. I'm usually in East Commons, by the way. Lab, if you can come here. Cool. Yeah, group, support me, please. Appreciate it. So the plan is I'm just going to mass kill City of Mist. And we'll see how much money I make. That's all we're going to do. We're just doing a price check. I'll go ahead and leave the group. Thank you. And where's the Echo? And where's... Okay, we already got the teleporter. Where is the Echo? Is he just at the entrance, I assume? Yep. Okay. So let's see. Does my DZ button work? It does. Perfect. All right. So we're going to mass kill here. Our money has been reset. We don't have buffs, but I don't think it'll matter. Oh, wait. We got to fix. All right. Let's turn off height filter. You love the old models? Yeah. This is something I did. My gargoyle looks like this. I'm a transparent dark elf in Valius armor. Which is kind of cool, right? I usually start from 3rd floor and pull down. Okay. Well, I just pulled this area real fast. Oops. I didn't realize that was just water down there. Alright, let's... We only got 8 mobs from that pull, so let's go here. And just do some body pulling. They're all undead, so... Yeah, it looks weird. The illusion looks weird when I'm in like Plane of Hate because there's all the normal gargoyles, and all those normal gargoyles also are Dark Elf, female, Velius armor wearing characters. But whatever. Alright, let's... I think I can pull in here pretty easily. Something like that. Might need levitation. Oh, that's easy. I just click here. I got levy. Yeah, let me just double check my buffs. Probably need to click my mount real quick. Alright. There's some trash mobs over here I can pull real fast. Well, we've officially hit over 20 mobs. I mean, it may make sense for me to start killing. Oh, well here, I have an illusion. Let me click it off and run into it and click it on. There we go. Oh, they're summoning me. That's the sign that I need to actually kill. And I'm getting blinded. You can see the X targets. Like, I'm down to half of all their health, and they're just gonna die real fast. Now there's 6, and they're like 25%. Now there's just 1 left. Oop. I don't know why I can't loot, though. There should be a bunch of corpses nearby me, but I can't target them. There it goes. Oh, that's interesting. If you're blinded, you can't target corpses with the hotkey. I didn't know that. That's interesting. And tab targeting doesn't work either. Well, here, let me put on my robe to help with, remember my shroud to help with resists so I don't get blinded over and over. God damn you. I can click my helm and get that as well. Oh, is it unresistible? That's here. If I shift right click, it'll actually trigger a loot event, which is kind of funny. But with raw cash, we're up to like 8 plat. Obviously selling is where the money's at. Ooze on the 2nd to 3rd floor. Okay. So right now, I'm still on the 1st floor, right? Okay, I got Giosk. We're good. Here we go. Now we don't have to get blinded every few seconds. So let's do a prediction. How much money am I going to make? Not doing a full clear, but like going upstairs, kind of meandering away. Tool Lab will potentially help me find the best cash item spots. What do you think my total merchant sell value is going to be with all this? Does anyone have any initial guesses? Because I'll use that as a establishment point for, you know, what people can say higher or less. You're saying 4 to 6. Okay. So I'm going to say of those that range, let's do 4K. And then I'll make it where you can either guess higher or lower of 4,000. The zone is non-respawning, so I can only get one clean. Okay, so if it is 2K, then you say, when I do my estimate, you just say it's lower than the 4K. Cool. All right. So let's get these in. This also includes corpse poofs and stuff like that. Prediction. You think it's 2K pretty confidently, Dragon? Okay, so let's just do this then. We'll do 2K because we've had multiple people say that. How much plat will I make in com? Greater than 2K or 2K or lower? That's the poll. One thing I don't like is I can't see. There it is. Do a couple minutes. We'll be a bit. So the question just becomes, am I going to make 2,000 or less? More than 2,000 or less? Hey, 2,156 is technically greater than 2,000 plat. So, okay. So obviously I'm just sort of meandering around. This is the second floor. I'm doing a pretty good clear, I think. There's some mobs over here I gotta go grab. That works. DZ add 2 lab. Are you 2 lab? What's your name in game? Thank you. DZ add Nagrum invite Nagrum. There you go. Yeah, just make sure I loot. Because otherwise you'll impact the money. Anyways, okay, so I think we're done-ish with the second floor. Let's go hit up the third floor, which isn't it right here? Yep. DZ added, group invited. It's a non-respawning, so we only can kill everything once, which is a good gauge. Obviously, normally this would take me about 10 minutes to clear, so yeah, you can see third floor is definitely a bit more spicy. With drops of mobs or whatever. This zone is actually kind of cool. It'd be fun to see the zone, like, you know, pre-whatever. Oh, we're falling down, and we found another Black Reaver. Yay. Well, you can go pull top. There's going to be a lot of shit coming down from it. Probably just kill him right here. Okay. Mace of the Shadowed Soul. Shadowed us. So you lived in Vegas. Have you just lived in Vegas since you moved here in '96, or have you been to some other states, or you know what I mean, came back and forth? I know you're polling, but some easy chat while we're hanging. Ah, Hawaii, then Vegas. Right on. All right, time to kill the Reaver before he finds me. There's so many of them. Oh, I should turn off auto split because it's going to be hitting the bottom line. Not much though. Auto split. Turn on rage. There we go. Now we got Nashir. Nashir. Remember him being a good one back in the day. To get or something. Wasn't he like Enchanter Epic or some shit, or Shaman Epic? Alright, so what are we missing? Is this a decent clear? I mean, I see a few mobs here and there, but... can't kill him. It was worth a try. Okay, so we got a decent clear. That's a sign off. I'm gonna go sell. Let's see how much we made. Oh, Mage Epic. Should I bother with it? Like, does it have any value? Couple thousand. I'll hold them just because. Okay, so it's time to sell. And there's 2,000. We have a counter so we can track how much we actually made. And the mace. Okay. So we've made, it's tallying up, 2,914 plat. So the prediction, I think, was only 2K, right? Yes, and most people got it with greater than 2K, it looks like. In fact, it looks like there was only one voter for each. But still, boom, there you go. Greater than 2K. I knew higher. Yeah. So, but not a lot higher. I think for the effort, City of Mist is not bad, I guess. It's just that walking around's a bit of a pain is my only like slight complaint with that clear. But it's competitive. It's like 3,000. That's pretty good. Well, here's the thing, Dragon. You could bet higher. And basically, but then again, no one else has a lot. Oh, yeah, yeah, of course. When you're lower level, money making is more applicable, yeah. But is there any what about of intellect? Nope. Nope. But anywho, that's pretty much about it. We're gonna destroy all this junk I don't need. Even though for Shaman Epic, I imagine some of this has value. But not really. People clear this too much. But I have the port. Thank you for that. And I am up to 635 spell damage. Well, technically I use this all the time. I'm at 661. So less than 100 left. I still have quite a few Augs that need to be upgraded. Especially if I swap out Abominables on a few of my key slots. Heck, this one doesn't even have a secondary on it right now. But whatever. Shaman Epic is just one gem spam. Yeah. Right on. Well, hey, thanks again for hanging out. 2Lab. It's fun to chat. And pretty short stream, just an hour and a half. We'll just check base and probably see me tomorrow. Might do a couple other things offline with like Fardar and stuff, but not a rush. Yep. Have a good one. Take care, people. Let me do a raid. Who is still streaming? Since I got raided by both of you, that means we may not have many online right now. I'm sad Anti-Alias isn't raiding or streaming much anymore. Because he was my go-to. I could raid him. Let's see. Got a lot of Quarm. We got the Walrus. I don't know if I've seen the Walrus before. He is playing THJ though. So I think the Walrus is going to get some love. The Walrus 87. The Walrus. Is it all one word? No, there's a Walrus. Have you guys rated Walrus before? But yeah, nice to see you, Zentok. Glad to hear, or glad to see you come say hi. And thank you for the raid. Someone was commenting on my UI. One of the things I don't like about it, and I still need to clean up, is on the right side, my health bar. This is just floating right now. I'm going to probably redesign it a little bit and make it a little cleaner. Probably give it more stats is what I was talking about, but we'll see. I'm not fully sure yet what I'm going to do with it. But everyone's ready to raid, so have a good one, everyone. Take care.